someone tries to change the subject, it sends a message to the American people that defending the current corrupt ACA matters more than defending the families being hurt by it. The worst thing that we could do is pretend the system is working simply because people rely on it. We shouldn't pretend. Yes, people rely on it, but it's not good. People rely on it because they have no other choice very often. We're here to examine the failures of the system that exists right now and right here. And right now, the Nonpartisan Government Accountability Office has revealed the ugly, ugly truth. They tested the ACA, and the ACA failed. The GAO created fake applicants. Get this. They created fake applicants using fictitious identities, missing documents, and questionable personal information. The system approved them all anyway. These imaginary enrollees received tens of thousands of taxpayer dollars month after month, even though they didn't exist. No verified identity, no proof of citizenship, no income documentation, nothing. Nothing at all. Think about this. This was not a partisan Republican stunt. This was the Nonpartisan Government Accountability Office. Tens of thousands of your hard-earned tax dollars sent to identities invented out of thin air. Fraud doesn't just waste tax dollars, it drives premiums higher for good, honest Americans. This is a program that paid out roughly $124 billion last year. That's a big number. If even a small fraction of that is tied to fraud or improper use, that is a huge number. We're talking about a real national crisis. Let me be clear, and I want to be clear on this too. I'm not calling for me personally. I am not calling for this entire system to be torn down overnight. That is not the question for us today. What we cannot do is make these subsidies permanent forever, because the system is already damaging American livelihoods and weakening their health care system. The real question is how we replace it. How we replace it and when we replace it in a responsible way that makes it safe for good Americans. Even with all the problems we have to make it safe. We have to treat our American people properly. The American people are the victims of this corrupt structure. They deserve a bridge to hold them up while we build something much better. And if a short-term extension, let me be blunt, is necessary, we should be clear about two things with a short-term extension. One, it is only to ensure families do not lose their health care in the immediate term. Secondly, the system is not sustainable and cannot serve as a long-term or permanent solution. Those two things we know. We have to take care of the here and now. We have to take care of them. If we've got to do something short-term with it, but long-term, we've got to do much, much better. And keeping it on autopilot with no reforms or accountability is purely negligent. And when you look at the facts of this report, the depth of the negligence becomes undeniable. The Nonpartisan Government Accountability Office also found, and boy, get all this, there was no proper verification of income, eligibility, or accuracy in the payments. You couldn't make this stuff up. The GAO found social security numbers used to enroll multiple people into one account, and they all weren't family. They even found social security numbers that belonged to dead people. You can't make it up that were being used. Think about it. We are letting criminals use dead Americans' identities to scam living Americans out of their health care benefits. If a system cannot tell the dead from the living, then for sure it's failing. And yet insurance companies get paid whether the patient is real or fake, while the family who actually needs care is left fighting denials, delays, and rising premiums. That's the real world. This is a moral failure. Meanwhile, the Government Accountability Office found that hundreds of thousands of Americans are being switched into plans without their knowledge, Imagine a slick con man calling a vulnerable family and tricking them into a plan they don't want, they don't need, and actually hurts them. And we have that. We have agents, and we have them doing that as we speak. That is sad. It's horrible, and it's cruel what these brokers and agents, not all of them, but these fake ones are doing. And the truth is, it isn't just random. The ACA structure has allowed an industry where dishonest brokers can profit from exploiting people's confusion and switching people into plans they never wanted and never asked for. Yet despite that fact, the CMS received hundreds of thousands of complaints last year from people enrolled or moved without their very consent. The GAO also noticed that CMS has not updated its fraud risk assessment since 2018. It's simply unacceptable. Today we will hear from experts, thank you for being here, who studied how fraud spread through the marketplace. We will hear how insurers profited while families struggled and were hurt. And it's been great for insurance companies, man. They've been making money hand over fist. And we will assess whether the Administrative Procedure Act is even being applied in a way that prevents meaningful action against the waste, the fraud, and the abuse that plague this system. Our goal is straightforward here today. We must protect those who depend on coverage today. I get it.